You're buying this coffee then?
Am I buying this coffee?
Yeah.
Okay.
안녕하세요. Hello. We have Chanel as our guest today, and we're in Hongdae Cafe Route 9. She is from Colorado, and she's been here for
Almost 10 years.
almost 10 years in Seoul. What is the reason you stay in Korea for that long?
Okay. So, I don't know what is the reason.
Yeah, what's the reason? Is that Korean guys and Korean culture?
Definitely not because of Korean guys. Sorry, Korean guys.
Yeah, no.
Why have I stayed here so long? I ask myself this all the time. I don't know. It's just like it's really hard to explain. Like there's not really any words that like I can put it into words. But like what I do know is like whenever I go to America, I always want to come back to Korea. But when I'm in Korea, I'm never like, oh, I really want to go back to America. Like I never
Really?
have that feeling.
Is that because Colorado has nothing? Or-
No, Colorado has a lot of things.
Okay. For me, it's like in America, the biggest cities like New York, Miami, LA.
Yeah, I lived in Denver though, so like Denver is like a really big city actually.
Is it?
I mean, obviously Seoul is bigger, but it wasn't like that much of a shock.
Yeah. So sorry to interrupt. What was the reason?
The reason is
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. The reason
The
you don't
reason,
know.
yeah, I don't really have like a reason. Like I guess I just like it here.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just comfortable to me to live here, I guess.
Wow.
So the reason like why I came, like originally like I went to grad school here. So that's like why I came here. And then I just liked it. So then like I just kept staying and working here.
Staying and working here.
Yeah, I'm a kindergarten teacher.
Kindergarten teacher. What do you teach? English, obviously.
I teach English, science, cooking, math,
What? You
arts.
teach cooking?
Yeah.
Arts? Really?
Yeah.
In the kindergarten?
Every day, yeah. Every day.
Oh, okay. Is the salary okay compared to your country?
I mean, I have a master's degree, so if I worked in my country, I can make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wow.
so obviously the salary is, different.
There was a time, like American people, like native speakers in Korea,
Yeah.
when they teach English, they make a lot of money.
I mean, I'm like the highest paid person at my work.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely make more than like the average salary, like than an average English teacher, I would say.
You're buying this coffee then?
Am I buying this coffee? Okay.
Alright,
Great.
working life.
Working life.
So you have a lot of experience in Korea, like
Yeah.
working experience.
Yeah.
And then many Korean people are complaining about they knock off very late, like even though they finish at 6, they have to stay there for about, like, I don't know, until 8, until 9,
Right,
doesn't
right,
really
right.
matter, until their bosses go home.
Right, yeah. It's really different, I think, than in the, like that part is like really hard. Like obviously like I've worked in Korea for a really long time, so even I know about like Korean working system. I think because I'm an English teacher, then I'm kind of like foreigner, right? So then those rules don't always apply to us. But before, when I worked at a different school, I was the head teacher, then I had that rule too. So I had to stay late and work and stuff, and it was really hard for me to like
Yeah.
deal with that, I guess, because
Uh-huh.
it's so different from the States. Like in the States, like nobody, like your boss is your boss, but like at the same time, like your relationship isn't really like a hierarchy relationship.
That's right.
So like you guys are, everybody's kind of like on the same equal like playing field, kind of like, even though it's a boss or manager or somebody, like, so.
Yeah, that reminds me of Conan O'Brien.
Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, he's the big boss in his company, but he's quite, what is it, like get along with
친하게 with
everyone.
the other friends, right?
Yeah.
Like I guess other workers, Yeah, like it really is like that, like in America, like all of my bosses that I had in America were like super nice, super sweet, like you're like kind of like a friend, like not really like a boss, really. So it's so different in Korea. Like even I had an old boss, and then she used to tell me all the time, like 뭐 한국 사람처럼 생각해봐, like no. Like you're kind of like Korean now, so then like you must think like a Korean, and then like stop thinking like you're like an American. So that was like really tough time for me to like handle that, and even for me it wasn't that bad. So I can't really imagine like what it will be like for like Korean workers who have to work like overtime like so much.
Without getting paid?
Yeah, without getting paid.
So do you get paid for the overtime work?
No, I don't get paid for overtime work. Yeah, in America, definitely we get paid for overtime work. And usually, so here is like a really shocking thing. So in this contract, like they said they will pay us for some of the overtime work, like in Korea. And so if we work overtime, like we will make a 15,000won per hour.
Yeah, per hour.
Okay.
That's not bad.
But the amount that I make per hour is like 3만원, 5만원
Okay.
for 1 hour. So I'm getting paid like really less to work overtime.
Oh.
But in America, if we work overtime, we get paid like we call like time and a half. So if I make like a 3만원, then I will get paid like $100. So like $40 plus half of the $40, so $20. So I'll be making $100 per hour.
That's 60. 40 plus 20 is 60.
Yeah, so time and a half. So I'll make my 40, original 40.
Oh, really?
Plus, like,
That's more than double.
Maybe my math is off. 아니야. Time
American
and a half.
people.
Yeah, maybe we suck at math.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm falling into the stereotype.
Yeah.
No, okay, I guess it would be 60.
Yeah.
Maybe I was getting
That's
too
more
confused.
reasonable.
Yeah, 60. But still, like, they really, like, take care of you. And especially, like, if it's holiday or some, like, special day, you get paid, like, a lot extra.
Yeah. My ex-company, my senior used to tell me that, like, 1 hour overwork is just, like, normal thing.
Yeah.
It's not even a big deal for the old generations, I think. But
yeah, it's so hard. I think though, like in Korea, like I think like the younger generation is like really trying to like change it.
Yeah, but it's getting better.
Yeah, getting better, but I think it's just like a slow process. So like these days, like me too, I'm trying to get a job like in a Korean company maybe. So if anybody knows of a job.
Yeah, she speaks very good Korean, so yeah, if anyone is trying to hire
foreigner and you can sponsor a visa, call me.
Yeah.
But
yeah, she's single, so you can sponsor her in either way.
We don't want that kind of sponsorship.
Okay.
But yeah, like that's like something that I think like is really hard for like foreigners to deal with.
Yeah.
Is like that whole like work culture, because it's so different from like foreign countries. Like it's just really hard. Like I don't know how to like, it's really hard to like even mentally handle it because like it feels like, you know, like I guess like kind of in the foreign world, like especially like in America, you know, like everybody, like we're taught from a young age, like everybody is equal and like everybody's the same, and then like you shouldn't treat people like they're less than you or lower than you. But then you have like, you come to Korea and you're working, and then you have this boss who's like, hey, do this, you have to do this now, and you're like, oh my gosh, like even my parents don't talk to me like that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
So-
but yeah, these days, many companies in Korea, they're actually getting better.
Yeah.
They just knock off at the time they're
Like
supposed to go.
yeah. The stated time.
Yeah, we don't have to feel sorry about going home when we are supposed to go home. And,
Yeah.
It's getting
Better.
better slowly,
Yeah.
but we have a long way to go.
Yeah, but it's good that it's changing.
No. Alright, working life. America versus Korea, which one is better, do you think?
Oh, that's so hard. That's so hard because I think it depends on like who you're asking.
You know what? We have free lunch. Do you have free lunch?
Yeah, but
And our lunch time is like 1 hour. Some companies, they give you 1.5 hours.
I heard that. Not
Yeah.
okay. So here's the deal. Like, if you're an English teacher, a lot of English teachers actually have to eat lunch. They get a lunch, but they have to eat lunch with their kids, which means they have to feed their students.
Okay.
Which is like not really a break at all. It's like more work. Like I've worked at that kind of school before. Then like my now school, we get lunch, but it's not good at all.
Okay.
Actually, in my school, we only have 40 minutes for lunch.
40 minutes, not
Yeah.
bad.
Not bad, but not good. But in America, we also have a law. So like, if you work a certain number of hours,
Yeah.
then you get like 15-minute breaks like in between too.
Oh, right.
So like in
yeah,
one day, we probably get like one lunch and like 4 15-minute breaks.
So in Korea, many people just while they're working, they just go out for a cigarette break for 10 minutes. There's no rule about that. So some people just go take cigarette break for like 10 times every day. Like,
What?
Yeah, something like that.
What?
And then yeah.
Okay, yeah, no.
Maybe that's why we work
Have
long
to work
hours,
long,
yeah.
maybe, because like in America, like if you're working, like you have to be working, and you do get like those like 15-minute breaks, but like if you're not on that break, you can't just be like going out.
That's right.
I don't. Yeah, as far as I know, like the places that I worked.
So nothing is better. It's just different.
Yeah, I think like it's really hard to say like what's better. It's just really different because obviously like money is different in the place, but then like you can get more money, but then like you know like you have to deal with this like hierarchy system or like so
Okay.
hard to decide.
Public transportation?
Yeah, let's talk about public transportation.
I guess Korean transportation system is a lot better than anywhere else. Like
Korea's public transportation system is probably like one of the best things, and probably like one of the reasons why I love living here is because
you don't have to drive anyway.
So easy to like, it's so easy to get around everywhere. Like I love the bus, I love the taxis. It's so easy. And like now there's apps like there's Kakao Taxi. There, can I say Kakao Taxi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be alright.
Okay.
Should be alright. Yeah.
Yeah, but like there's so many apps and stuff, and it just makes it so easy. Like obviously for me, like I can speak Korean, so it's like easier. But now like so many apps are even in English now, so it makes it really easy for foreigners to like be able to use the system.
Yeah. They don't even have to get ripped off anymore.
Yeah, right. They don't have to, because like especially like a Kakao, I feel like I'm making an ad for Kakao Taxi. Like a Kakao Taxi just recently, like actually like a few weeks ago, just came out with their English version of the like Kakao Taxi thing. Okay. And so it's really efficient, and it's really, I feel like especially like being like a woman, like it's really like safe if you're by yourself, because they have like this thing, then you can like send like what time you got picked up, what's the taxi number, you know, and where you're going to, and then it will message that person when you get there if you want.
And taxi is pretty cheap here too.
Yeah, taxi is really cheap here. So when I lived in America, like I didn't have a car. So obviously like I came to Korea when I was like really young. Like, well, not really young, but like I was, the first time I ever came here, like not to live, but the first time I ever came here, I was 18.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 18.
That's quite young.
Yeah, so, but I never like drove before that. And so, and then I was in university, and then I came straight here. So I never like had experience like driving. But when I was in America, I always had to like, you know, ask my friends for a ride, or like have my sister take me somewhere. That I don't really like that feeling of like, you know, I can't go somewhere by my own, like by myself. And like you can take the bus in America, but if you lived in LA or you lived in Denver, like I don't know how it is now, but like sometimes the bus comes and sometimes it doesn't come.
Right.
So you're like depending on the bus to go where you need to go, and then it just doesn't come, and then you're like, oh crap, now I'm late. Like, but here the bus is always on time. Like it's there when it says it's gonna be there, and like you can see when it's coming.
Almost always.
Always. Like always.
Okay. Yeah, look at the size of the land. You know, Korea is like this big, and in America it's like 50 times. Is it? Like I don't know.
It's really obviously like the land is different.
Yeah.
But it's just the transportation here is so efficient. Like
that's
ridiculous.
That's true. You can go anywhere.
Yeah, you can go anywhere. Even like taking the trains is super easy.
I took a taxi, and I was in the taxi for about more than 1 hour. And then I paid like $20, like 2만 원.
Oh yeah, actually I just brought a taxi here. Then it took almost 1 hour, and I paid like 14,000. In Korea, if you like, so I have a dog, so we wake up like really early in the morning and go like walking outside, like 6 a.m. And if you go, then you can just see like lots of spots where people threw up like all over the street.
Man. It's like a pancake for pigeons.
Yeah, it's really gross. Like when you first move here, it's really hard to like get used to like seeing that, because I feel like that's just not something you see on the street like in America. Like I would feel like very rarely does that happen in America. Like almost never.
Yeah, it's like we have very famous places in Seoul for drinking, party,
Right.
like Hongdae, Itaewon,
Right.
Gangnam, where else? Many different places.
Yeah.
And almost every night, wherever you walk around, you're gonna see the pancakes that people make after drinking.
Gross.
And then, yeah, in the morning,
You're
PJ's
gonna
having party. Sometimes it's yellow, sometimes
Oh gosh,
it's
we don't
orange.
even talk about the
Yeah.
color. That's gross.
Alright. So we're talking about transportation system.
Yeah.
Have you ever been approached by a guy, like Korean guy on the street? Like, why
Yeah,
you
all
going?
the time.
All the time, huh?
Yeah, okay. Okay, that sounds bad. No.
I believe you. I believe
Okay.
you.
No.
Yeah.
So like, not like that, but like a lot of times, like if I'm not like on a daily basis, but like I feel like, okay, so in America, like I think it depends kind of like where you live, but like a lot of like in America, like guys are kind of like they'll like come by and they'll be like, oh hey mommy, like they'll
Oh,
kind of
hey,
like
mommy.
say to you like in the street, or they'll like give you like the whistle, like the hoo hoo, like.
Oh yeah, we never whistle here.
Yeah, in Korea
Yeah.
they don't whistle, and
Yeah.
like also like in America, what else? Oh, like okay, so this happened a lot when I was in America. So like they'll like drive in the car, then they'll like slow down, like roll the window down, be like ow ow, like out the window.
Okay.
But like this kind of thing like never happens in Korea.
Alright.
But like as far as like I'm foreigner, so like it's really awkward, I think, like especially like for Americans. Like I'll walk down the street and then like sometimes like I don't know if they're always drunk or but like sometimes the guy will be like, hey, are you Russian? Are you Russian?
Oh yeah, that
Like
is
Russian
kind of
사람이야,
like,
Russian 사람이야.
yeah.
혹시? And then they will. Then this is like the worst part though, because like this really makes you like feel bad.
No
They'll be-
offense, I mean
yeah,
like
no offense. Like no offense to like
Korean people
Korean-
think Russian girls are almost like prostitutes.
Yeah,
or
so they.
something like
I've
that.
had like Korean guys ask me like 얼마나.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How much?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah,
People,
so it's
um,
really like it makes me really angry
Yeah.
because like obviously like they should, even if I was Russian, like it's like really bad to like make that kind of assumption
Yeah, no.
and like to ask like that kind of thing.
Sorry for that. Apologize.
Thanks, but yeah, so like I've had that happen before.
Yeah.
But other than that, like not really, not on the street like in America. Like I feel like in America, like you'll get like I guess like catcalled a lot, but in
Yeah.
Korea you don't really. I think that like at least like in my experience, like in Seoul, like people like they always like stare at you like really hard, and then it kind of is like bad face, so it makes you feel
Bad
like really
face.
like kind of like.
What are you doing here? That face?
Yeah, and like I felt like even like when I used to ride the subway, like people would say like, oh, like why, like,
Yeah,
and like
go
they
back
don't.
to your country
Yeah,
kind
they
of
used to
thing.
say like that, like go back to your country. They don't know that like I can speak Korean, like I understand everything,
I don't think they meant that. I mean,
but
like,
they will say like that. So
really?
like yeah.
No, we don't. No, we don't. We're very friendly people.
So it like okay, I'll just give like good tip to Koreans. Like a lot of foreigners can speak Korean these days.
Okay.
Don't really be talking like crap about like foreigners if you're in front of them because they probably know what you're saying.
What's the worst thing you ever heard?
Just like there's a lot of like, oh, why are like foreigners always coming to our country? Like what do they want to do here? Like they
Let
should
them
go
be, mate.
they should like go to their own country. Or like I always get this like, oh, why are foreigners so big?
No, yeah.
I think they just don't. They're saying it without knowing that we know what you're saying. Like if Koreans knew that I knew Korean, they wouldn't say anything.
Exactly.
So like that's the thing I think that is like you're just saying this because you think I don't understand, but I do.
Yeah. I think it depends on their personalities.
Yeah, obviously like it depends. Yeah, on their personality.
Some people
like-
don't like foreigners
Right.
for no reason.
Right.
Some people
Right.
are very friendly for no reason as well.
Right, and that
No.
doesn't only apply to Korea. That applies to everywhere in the world. Like.
What's the difference between Korean guys and American guys?
I don't know because I never dated American guys.
She never dated American guys.
I only because I told you like so when I was like in high school and like university, like I didn't date because like I was really focused on study, and
Yeah.
so I came here like as soon as I graduated. Like actually like I started coming here before I graduated university.
Okay.
So I've only had experience dating only Korean guys.
Okay, how many?
I don't.
More than you can count.
No. No, not more than I can count.
She's a heartbreaker.
I'm not a heartbreaker. You know, my one friend used to say my nickname was 남자 killer.
Guy killer. He kills guys. Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why either. Shout out to
Well,
Leanna.
Anyways, guys are all same. Like they're all.
맞아. Guys are like all the same. It doesn't matter like what country you go to. Like all guys are just the same. Men are men.
I'm different.
Are you?
I think so.
Should we believe that?
Yeah, I'm just one of those cons.
No, I'm not saying all guys are bad. I'm just saying all guys are the same.
Yeah, we're all the same. Yeah. All we want is only one thing.
Usually.
Yeah. What is that thing?
I'm not gonna say that.
Okay.
But everybody knows.
Yeah. Well, we want to hold hands, you know.
I know, right? Where are the guys who just like want to hold hands and like go to nice cafes and have a conversation and get to know us?
Mhm.
Where are you that kind of guy? I didn't think so.
We've been talking about work,
Transportation. Well, people, yeah.
Yeah, Korean people.
Korean people.
We've been talking about many different things. American versus Korea. I wish we could do it again later.
Yeah.
2 weeks later.
Okay.
Yeah. You've been listening to Chanel from Colorado and Joe from Korea. Please subscribe and
Down below, right?
down below, yeah.
Down below.
If you have any questions about Korea or America, whatever, just leave us a comment.
Yeah, you can ask.
Yeah.
Can I tell them my Insta? You can follow me on Insta.
Yeah, you can follow her Instagram.
Chanel CJ.
Okay.
Ask me any questions.
Yeah. And then you can probably send her creepy messages too.
No, please don't send me creepy messages. I won't answer.
Hope to see you guys again later.